Even in death I still serve.
The range of chromatic dragons gives a great basis for a variety of encounters, but why stop there? We can go even further and come up with some even wilder dragon variants. As an example, I present the Worm Wraith. Created by a talented necromancer, this skeletal dragon is a great way to surprise players when they're hunting down its creator. Let's take a look at some key differences that will set this chap apart from his draconic brethren. First of all, as an undead creature enthralled to its creator, it'll have low wisdom and intelligence, and isn't likely to be talking like a real dragon. Being undead, it makes sense to have resistance to necrotic damage. For a particularly powerful variant, we could even push it to immunity. We can balance it out a bit with vulnerability to radiant damage. Extending the blind sight out to 120 feet, but being blind beyond this would be suitable considering the lack of eyeballs. For the most part, typical dragon stats and attacks should work quite well, but we'll definitely have to think about the breath weapon. Now, we've got a couple of options here. Most obvious would simply be a con-save cone of necrotic damage, but an alternative could be breathing a wide cone of bone shards. This would be a dex save and be a good amount of piercing damage. Looking at the legendary actions, the wing attack doesn't make much sense for our skeletal lad, so let's come up with an alternative. We can lean into the necromancy here and give him the ability to reanimate nearby bones and zombies, summoning himself some minions to distract the party, or even drag some parts from nearby to reconstruct himself and heal up a bit. Alternatively, we can give him some kind of necrotic pulse, damaging and perhaps weakening nearby enemies. If it kills anything, we can have that rise as a zombie next turn as well. Using this step-by-step method, we can create any manner of beast that has strong similarities to the standard dragons, but stands out and feels unique. Perhaps you want a sea dragon that lives underwater. Give it a good swim speed and swap the wing attack for some kind of whirlpool attack. The breath weapon can become a bludgeoning line that pulls enemies closer for a bite attack. Whatever your idea for a dragon variant, simply look through the stat block of whatever level dragon you're aiming to mimic and decide what needs changing. Next time, I'm going to be changing things up a little. I'm going to be aiming for 3 or 4 videos a week, and depending on the topic, I'll be doing them for 1 or 2 weeks at a time. If you've got any ideas for topics you want me to cover, do let me know them down below.